Yeah, I'll just add to that, that Allison reached out afterward and said we're very excited about this project. They're big supporters of ICANN, so that's a leading piece for them. And then they just said that they love the idea of creating the trail connection with the center as well. In terms of
like what the acronym means.
Oh, if you Google ICANN family, it shows up, but it's integrated, connected. I don't know. Network. That's a network.
That's
They don't ever. I don't even know on the website it just says ICANN.
cool. Thanks. Okay. So now that we've done that, it sounds like we have to go to Google minutes. Yeah. Did you want to stay for other things too?
Unless you need us to.
No, I think we're good.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Grant.
We appreciate you being at our meetings. Put that in the minutes. We appreciate it.
I had asked Grant to come if there was any questions on the secret process, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, mostly the planning board, some of the trail doesn't require a plan. So, come to us. Any applications?
All right.
Questions?
Thank you. Thanks, Grant.
Thank you.
You need for anything else, Joe?
You may be.
Thanks, thanks, Sam. Thanks,
We'll
Joe.
we'll coordinate tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so approval of the minutes.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
I'm sorry.
Dan.
Yeah, Phil and Dan.
You did the first, the motion.
Phil and Dan.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no, that's important for the minutes.
Okay, roll call. Mr. Pankowski.
Yes.
Mr. Rossi.
Yes.
Mr. Cortez.
Yes.
Mr. Freya.
Yes.
Vincent.
Yes.
Mr. Stevens.
Yes.
Great minutes, Sandy.
All right, now we got Michael's treasurer's report.
Yes.
Bill and invoice resolution first, there's nothing too out of the ordinary. I will just point out that we have to pay $1,900 for 17 Edward Street. We have to pay the taxes on the property, even though we're a tax organization. It's my understanding Sandy went down, talked to, who talked to?
The assessor, Dan.
Dan, the assessor, and he said because the rolls came out prior to Ada owning the property, the tax bills were out there, so we have to pay them. So that's why you see the city of Amsterdam and the Amsterdam School District on there for $1,800. Besides that, there's nothing out of the ordinary for the bills and invoices.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I brought this up last meeting, and the attorney is gonna check on this. What is the difference between restricted cash available, $88,943, and our total cash available? There's a restriction on that.
Yeah, we didn't give the, that's the KFA loan money.
Well, I know that, but it can only be used for certain things. And it's unclear to me what we use it for.
It's a loan pool. It's loan in conjunction with a project. So if we have a project or a local business person that needs a loan for businesses that come under what we're there to do, then we make loans.
You said what we're there to do, because it came up, this question came up when the restaurant, farm to table, we were gonna do money for them, but we could only do it in a certain way.
Well, we could only do it up to 88,000, and she was going to need more than 88,000.
Yeah.
And then Chuck said we could loan from ourselves to her, only from the loan pool, but we could have her purchase something and do something with that.
Off of the loan pool. I mean, our limit that we could loan is 88, whatever it is. That's it. We can't create a new loan pool
agency,
They were all-
payroll, legal fees, 75 office grant,
air conditioning.
Sandy's new chair.
Paying CT Bail to do our assessment on the Chalmers property.
So,
Office furniture, $400. What was that for?
Chair.
Oh, that's the chair. Okay.
That's basically.
We got,
what it is there.
we got Sandy a new chair.
So it's really not a lot of expenses.
No. Most of our expenses at the agency are actually the collection of pilot monies for all of the projects we've done that have a pilot, and then the remittance of those dollars to the city of Amsterdam, the school district, and county. And then we have Chuck's bill each month. We have Joe and Sandy on payroll. We pay Tracy Fremantle to do the books with Sandy, and then we pay Phil Beckett to audit the book, because we need to have an audit every year. And Marco to be our videographer.
And expenses are
Pretty,
steady and low
yeah, and one,
compared to the cash available.
oh yeah, this cash has come up quite a bit, but
We have income.
you have to Patsy, one thing we gotta understand is that we could have an issue at any time, right? Remember the environmental issue where they found the oil tank and we had to clean it up for $100,000? So there's a lot of risk for the agency.
We're just trying to get like a level projects, day-to-day operations.
Well, the two projects that we've done relatively last were Paul Carrillo borrowed money to redo Baltimore. And Billy McCord borrowed money to do Shorties.
Well, that's my issue. Those are things that they could go to a bank for. It's really not a traditional Aida project.
Well, no, they're supposed to get denied from a bank to come to us.
Right. But still, restaurants aren't a traditional Aida. And that's what I was hoping to get more of a focus on traditional Aida projects.
Okay.
Maybe where you have businesses with 25, 30 people. And that, Aida, sure.
Yeah, if you can find them, we'll loan them. And we sometimes we partner with Chamber of Commerce. They have a loan pool as well. And their limit, I think, is 25,000. So sometimes people will, a while back, they go to Aida, or they go to the Commerce, 25,000. There's another agency, I can't remember what it was, or is, they can get another 25,000 there, and then they can come to us and get 25,000.
So networking is one way of doing it.
Oh,
And you
yeah,
suggest the chamber, but as the executive director, you could be kind of a handle on
Oh, yeah.
networking and
I just want to throw in there, I'm glad you're asking about our loan funds and stuff. I have been in contact, as a matter of fact, before I came here to the meeting tonight, I asked Mary Lou Schultz to attend. She's the executive director of the Chamber of Commerce, Fulton, Montgomery. And she has $300,000 for loans for, at first they were earmarked for just downtown Amsterdam. And I know back in the day when that was the case, Amanda Bearcroft and, I think it was Ken Rose, we all teamed up. We had these little sessions. We brought downtown business. You attended one of those downtown, trying to get people interested in borrowing money at a decent rate. No one came to the plate. So then they took the chamber 300,000 and turned it into full citywide 300,000. And we got no takers. I think people are a little reluctant to borrow maybe. I know some have through the grant program, but taking out loans. So she said she wants to come to our meeting in the near future to discuss. She's trying to get approval from the state that let's get that $300,000 and it's earmarked Amsterdam money. And then I was thinking about, asking some of the local businesses in the industrial park. I know 300 is not a lot of money, but if someone needs a small machine, an air conditioning unit, let them know that we have this low interest. And low interest, again, is one, she said, the Fulton County IDA usually does similar to what we're doing. We have 88,000. They usually go a half a point or a point below prime, which is really not a big savings in my. I mean, if someone got denied from a bank, you would think, let's give them a good loan. If they have a good business, they fill out a good application. But I think our hands are tied.
Well, they are, these are loans of last resort, so by definition, you're almost believing that they're not gonna pay it back. We've had this.
A lot of times they don't.
before.
A lot of times they do.
Well, that's kind of the downside of trying
What's
to
that?
qualify it.
But I really don't like that.
We know, we've been through this before, and I know you're not comfortable with that, but that's kind of the way it's viewed. When you think about it, if you can turn down at a bank,
Well, sometimes they might have a good business plan that we see merit in, that a bank doesn't want to take a risk in. I like that better than we're not getting it back.
well, I'm just telling you the theory there. I'm not telling you not getting it back. It's not your money anyway. But these loans typically work together, best together with another lender. Let's say they go to KeyBank, and KeyBank doesn't turn them down, but they're only going to give them 75,000, and they need 100,000. So we will work in conjunction with KeyBank, and we'll provide the other 25,000. KeyBank's always ahead of us.
Chuck, where does this show up on our statement? I mean, where do we show interest income, losses, et cetera? Is there any place here that we can see that?
Yeah, I mean, there's a loan
Like
thing.
Well, there's usually a
Who's
balance
behind
sheet.
on their payments and how much money do they
We
owe
don't have
us?
any money
All
out
right,
there.
Yeah,
right.
Sandy can get that.
And,
Would that
you know,
be-
income generated-
I don't think we have any loans
Yeah,
on
Sandy.
this one.
Right, he paid Granite is our only one. Is that on the?
It's in the financial statement each year, shows the principal and interest they paid. But we normally have a balance sheet, but there is not a balance sheet in here.
Oh, okay.
And on the balance sheet, you'll see loan receivable for the grant.
Loan pool, how much is out.
Okay, the
But
folks
we-
are on there too.
Yeah, we don't have, like I said, just EK, are they all through that one?
No. And EK Granite came along because they were gonna pump a lot of money into that business, into the car wash. And they needed some additional money, remember, for doing, phase 1, phase 2,
Yeah, that was.
and closing costs and working on the building, and then we loaned them $40,000 basically to do that.
That was together with a lender. So a lender had given them some money, but really real estate money. So that doesn't give you extra money to do repairs.
Okay.
So we come in on those deals and, we're an unsecured creditor compared to a lender that might have the real property. So we're pretty low on the total poll, but that's one of the better ways that loan fund works.
Yeah, I'm just interested in, the P&L, basically, it's like, what do we loan, what kind of revenue do we generate, and basically, do we sustain losses of any consequence?
No, I mean, we had one that went bad years ago, still chasing the guy around, but, we used to want to chase the guy around.
Yeah, we keep on.
We gave up, but by and large, we've had a pretty good success rate with people paying their loans. We don't make much interest,
Yeah.
so the pool grows a tiny bit. I don't know where our money, that money is invested somewhere.
It's a key bank, just
We do have an interested businessman who has bought a property on Bridge Street. I think Jerry brought the name to the board when Jerry was here. He texted me today and said that he wants Sandy to send the application, remember the loan application? He misplaced an email, but he did get a letter of denial from a bank. And he has a business in the city, and he wants wants to open up another business on Bridge Street, so he is going to come to us for a loan.
What kind of business?
I think he bought the former, what's across the street from Armory Grill, the old Carl Tavern, Andy's Tavern.
Are you talking about a rock house?
No,
That's right.
I'm sorry.
Creekside.
Creekside.
Yeah, he's interested in renovating and bringing that
No,
whole thing back.
Creekside bought, Tommy bought.
Oh, okay, okay.
But,
Curious.
you know, as far as like industrial development or industries looking to, you know, take out loans, historically, I think Aida has been sort of a small business friend, you know, with restaurants and little, you know, taverns and things. And, you know, like Chuck said, some very successful. Like the granite person, him and his wife came to us. They were burned out in Albany. Their business got burned out. And lo and behold, we pretty much lifted them up to the point where they were self-sustaining. And then after a couple of years, I think that they had some health issues. If not, they were doing a pretty good job in the city.
Well, the businesses that are in Edson Street are all pretty established businesses.
Yeah, they're pretty
that have succeeded. And at one point, somebody was across from the Reservists that was gonna buy the land for EC or something.
That's the marijuana cultivation application that's still pending. And we have a piece of property sort of saved for Mr. Parisi when he's ready, when he gets his cultivation license. The state isn't giving many cultivation licenses these days. And he's been very patient and has been in touch with me.
So then you grow the marijuana? Is that what-
Where he's gonna grow, it's almost like microbrewery, it's gonna be a micro type, you know, very, very specific, good quality, not like a, what you may want to see up in, where the old Tryon School is now, which is more big production. This is more, you know, smaller production.
They grow it somewhere, he processes it or, you know, whatever they do. It's different, they test the levels of THC, all these different things. That's
How many
what
people
does.
they hire you on that?
With him, I think he's gonna probably have around 5 employees. He's gonna build a building. It's gonna be state of the art. I mean, he's got high hopes. But up to
Well,
the,
the answer is networking, I guess, networking for.
Again, yeah, it's just like anything else. And they come to us like, we won't have any for a while, and then we'll have like 5. It's just how it works. And with some of them, I think with Shorty, maybe, that we don't give them the money. We write checks. We give them the money. We approve the loan, but we don't write checks directly to them. We write it to their vendors. So if they want to buy a piece of equipment, we want to make sure the money goes right where it's supposed to go.
stove or refrigerator.
So we write those, and then when all that money is dispersed, then the repayment terms start. That way we know the money's just not blowing up in the air somewhere. So we do, and we take UCC liens on that property as collateral.
What's prime rate?
And we're hoping the feds lower the interest rates, and that might help with the prime. I don't know what the prime is.
I think it might be 7.
Is it 7?
It's a little high.
That's kind of high, you know.
But if you can borrow money from us at a point below prime, that's fantastic. I mean, nobody gets that kind of loan. Nobody.
Thank you. Good with treasurers, everything?
7.5%. So, the treasurer's report, as Patsy was saying, we have 88,943.25. That's restricted JFA loan account. If we got the money from the chamber, that would be added to that. We'd be able to do much larger loans. We have 994,000 general available cash, down a couple $1,000. Again, like Patsy was saying, we don't have many bills here, we're lucky. The city provides our space and, it's a big money saver for Ada. So overall, we're fine financially.
All right, now guys, we have to go back to the bill invoice resolution, we didn't have a motion, response, and a second for that, back to first.
Which one?
Bills and invoices.
Bills and invoices. Pat?
Yeah.
Spencer, who second?
I'll second. Dan.
Dan, all right, roll call, Mr. Dombrowski?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Mr. Cortez?
Yes.
Mr. Taya?
Yes.
Mr. Pearson?
Yes.
Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
All right, so now I'll need a motion for the treasurer report.
I'll make a motion, Dan.
Dan, second?
I'll second it.
Who's that?
Jim.
Bill?
Jim.
Oh, Jim did, okay, roll call, Mr. Dombrowski?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Mr. Cortez?
Yes.
Mr. Taya?
Yes.
Mr. Pearson?
Yes.
Mr. Stevens?
Yes.
Okay, that moves us to the chairman's report, and I believe we have committee assignments here, and I want to assume that's alluding to the fact that we need to fill these committees.
Yes.
So, ideally, we'd have probably 3 members to a committee, right?
Yes.
Which does also mean, based on simple math, that there might be someone joining more than one committee. I am more than happy to do that, since I found out I can't be secretary too, so that freaked me out. Time, but does anyone here, I mean, frankly, if you have a strong interest in a specific committee,
Yeah, you could put me down for governance and.
I was actually gonna suggest that. And I think that'd be very helpful.
I didn't hear the who.
Phil,
Put me down for governance and personnel.
would anyone like to join Mike and Phil on governance and personnel committee?
I'd like to be.
All right. Did you get that, Sandy? Phil and Pat?
Yeah, Pat and Michael.
Okay. And then I am more than happy to join planning and economic development with Bill.
I would like to do that too, yeah. No, it doesn't matter.
All right, who do I have for that?
Jim,
Jim? Okay.
Jim and Dan.
Jim and Dan, okay.
And then Bill, would you want to join building and grounds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bill?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Bill.
Not Phil.
What do you mean, Bill?
Phil, you're on every committee.
Who's that planning?
What about the committee on
My name
committees?
is Dan and Jim.
Planning, economic development is who?
Dan and Jim.
Dan and Jim.
Bill, Dan and Jim.
And you.
Bill.
What was buildings and grounds, guys, who added to that?
Bill,
Bill.
Bill.
Okay.
with a B.
All right. Do we need any motions on that?
No.
Okay, great. Attorney's report.
I don't have any, it's just, that's all kind of wrapped in with
Okay.
all the other stuff that we're doing.
Great. All right. Sounds good. Mr. Joe?
Same with me, I kind of chimed in on a lot of different things that I was going to report to everyone, trying to keep everybody, you know, in tune to what's happening, sending out emails. We are down 1 member, so if you know, who knows anyone that, you know, maybe Irene Collins, if you know anyone that wants to fill, we have 6 people, the max is 7.
I might have somebody.
All right.
I've got to talk again to this person.
Yeah, talking to good.
Well, I just said that.
Everybody needs a bubble.
Can I ask one question of the director and the attorney? Did we get our money from Sticker Mill for that property behind?
Yeah.
We got it?
Yeah.
I didn't remember that, I'll quote that.
Behind where, the two caution plates.
Well, behind, behind the gym and that, we had that land, but I never heard, I didn't think I heard the resolution, so I thought there
You
was
were
something
here.
running around.
I don't. I
All
wouldn't say
right.
that.
The chairman can't be the secretary also.
No,
So who do you have for secretary?
whoever Phil brings in.
Well, I'll mention that to the
this
Good
person.
one, Mike.
Yeah.
Right now, we have Mike.
I will say the secretary,
Michael is acting, he's treasurer and secretary. It's a sign for us, that's it.
it's
Paper only.
it's a relatively easy position with, like, Sandy documenting who voted what on which motions. And as you can see from the minutes, we have a template that we can follow, and it's kind of copy and paste. Probably takes the secretary, I want to say, a total of 10 minutes every meeting to put together the minutes.
Sell it to the new guy.
That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah.
Or girl. They have one follow-up. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, Phil talked to your person too, but, probably would be good to encourage some level of diversity within the board, not just us. So thanks.
I don't know if everybody knew, but we had a contract contemplated, I won't mention property names, that was a contiguous parcel to a larger parcel. They were gonna put the two together and build a house. While our sale on our contiguous parcel was fine, there were no issues, there were title issues on the contiguous dominant parcel, and including that was being sold. So with that being said, they certainly didn't need our contiguous parcel, so that deal died.
This one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That deal died. That was, I think, 5,000.
We were hoping we could.
Fought the good fight, but lost.
Okay. Now we got a strip of land on Edson Street stuff.
You know, you get the title issues clear and,
Yeah. Okay, so, did any committees meet in the past month? Probably not, since we just assigned half the board to committees. Old business. New business, we already addressed, so now, we have our executive session, I believe.
and so I think the board is going to be seeking a motion to go into executive session under Public Officers Law 105F.
What are we, what,
Yeah.
105F is the medical, financial, credit, or employment history of a particular person or corporation, or matters leading to the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a particular person or corporation.
I asked Chuck and Joe about this based on previous meeting we had.
We need a
I'll
motion.
make a motion.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Yeah. He said.
So
Yeah,
Bill,
I think
Bill made
that's
the
all.
motion, Mike seconded it.
I'm sorry, who made the motion?
Bill, Mike, seconded.
And Marco, you could, I don't
Here
think
we got to vote. We have to vote.
we have to
Yeah.
vote on it.
In trouble.
Sandy?
Okay, Mr. Dombrowski,
Yes.
Mr. Rossi,
Yes.
Mr. Cortez.
Yes.
Bea.
Yes.
Pearson.
Yes.
Mr. Seaver.
Yes. And I don't think we're coming out of executive session to legislate, so we're
Yeah.
good.